Welcome to the Daily Dish with Leanne Ely. This is a show about you, your life, and the vibrancy you want. Join us for daily motivation, wise women's tips, and more as we collectively gather together and move the needle in our lives, heart, mind, body, and soul. Now, here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
It's Soulful Saturday, everyone. Hope to see you in here. Come on down. We're going to have a good time today. We're kind of wrapping up our whole thing that we've been doing on overthinking. And today I've got a really neat connection that I think is going to be super helpful for you. Hi, Kathy, Joanne, Sue is here, Marguerite, Jeanette, Sarah in the house. So anyway, I'm excited about sharing all of this with you and can't wait for you to see this connection because I think it's crucial. I think it's really important. What do you think about that? Oh my goodness, Tanya, Alice, Julie, Lucy, hello. Diane is in the house. Elaine, we haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad to see you. Patsy, Doris, Butterfly, June. I was thinking about you this morning, June. You know what? You're my mascara friend. I was thinking about you as I was putting my mascara on. I was thinking about a lot of people. So there's a few people that, when people go missing in our groups, it makes me sad. Anyway, I just want to say hello, and I'm so glad you're here. Joyce, you too. Really nice to have you along here. Look at everybody. Just here for a good time. Tomorrow our supplement of the week is gonna be the last ticking minutes for tomorrow, 12:01 a.m. at Monday. This is gone. You want to get this. Buy 3, get 1 free is the whole gig on this. I will tell you, it's a game changer when it comes to belly fat and thigh fat. There's a research to show you exactly what CLA is all about. You can check it out at savingdinner.com/show. That's where we put those specials of the week. Well, I'm glad you've missed being here at Miss Elaine. We'll take you on back. Hi there, Tracy. I'm glad you're here too. Here's our new quote of the week. Look at this, Bruce Lee, bringing it in. Long-term consistency beats short-term intensity. Yes, ma'am, I can relate to that. I can relate. How many of you can relate? Pinkies up if you can relate to that. I mean, honestly, pinkies up, man. I'm telling, this is me right here. Anyone? There's my girl, Helen, not driving today. Are you? I'm glad you're here. That's text sale. Oh, did you get the text sale? Oh, you got on, Sarah. I'm so glad. And yes, speaking of text, if you are missing out on our text, you're missing out on some screaming deals. And you know what else you're missing out on? Some fun. Because last week we had Lincoln's birthday. Today, we've got a little Super Bowl something, something, something there. If you're not there, you're missing out. Am I right? There's my girl, Patsy. Yes, look at all the pinkies going up. I know Jackie's here. Jackie, hello, hello. And who else is in the house? I see Lily. There we go. Boy, everybody's got their they've got their little fingers up. Yeah, don't give out the code. It's just special for those who, for those of you who've decided to, join the text message. So you know how to do it? I'm sorry. Oh, good. Andrea's texts are working too. Hi, Angie. Did I just say hello? I don't know. Listen, here it is. Go to 85, put this in your text message, pull up a text, and in a brand fresh new text message, you put this phone number, 855-960-3720. That puts you on our list, right? Well, not that. Then you got to put the word join right there in the subject, in the little message part. Click send. Then we will send you back saying, hey, you want to? You want to do this? And then you say yes or why or whatever it is. Kathy's got her Super Bowl menus, recipes. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate that. That's so sweet. There's my girl, Maureen. I don't even know, what time is it in Australia right now? Where is it? What else do I have to tell you? We are winding down on the sprint. I don't know about you, but I feel like $1,000,000, $1,000,000. And I'm noticing it in my face. I feel like the inflammation in my face has just gone. So, it happens. 5 a.m., you must love us. You must just love us because she's up that early. Anyway, the other thing that you need to know about, and I want you to finish strong. So if you're wondering what the heck should I do for Super Bowl and all of that, just think protein, think green things. I'm doing a lot of guacamole. We got tons of avocados. Mark's going to make some ribs on the grill. I've got my little drumsticks marinating right now, and I used hot milk dressing. I talked about this yesterday when we had that question. It's going to be so much fun. Anyway, you feel like $1,000,000. Look at that. Already lost 6 pounds of inflammation this week. Doesn't it? That's everything. That's everything. When you feel like $1,000,000, man, you can do anything. Did you see what Alice said? She's feeling good too. Helen's feeling good. She said the Super Bowl recipes look delicious, especially the stuffed meatloaf. It's ridiculous. I mean, come on, we've got some good stuff there. Do you want to? I want to tell you too, just kind of a little thing, and you will appreciate this, Tanya. Every time Super Bowl menu, I always get a little like this. As my mother wrote them all out, you guys. My mom. She was my first employee. She's my very first hire, my mother. She used to edit every single one of the menu mailers that went out. She used to write recipes. And my mother, I told you, the big hand wringer, she's also meticulous. And her attention to detail was phenomenal. She knew if a comma was out of place. So she was my first editor. She was a great lady. You know that? Hi, Wendy. I'm glad you're here. And Terry, too. So anyway, we're celebrating your loss of inflammation, Sarah, and everybody else who's been sprinting all week. Don't forget, check your emails because you will have an invitation next Friday for, especially if you've been posting every day, you will see a little message saying, "Hey, join us. We are having a slumber party on Friday night." It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun. Andrea says, us hand riggers tend to be meticulous. Oh, that made me laugh. Almost cry laugh, kind of like, yeah, that's exactly right. So they make the best editors. They love spreadsheets too. Spreadsheet people. You are the spreadsheet people. Kind of like the pod people. Oh my goodness. What else do we have coming up? Oh, we have Get Strong, Be Strong. That is coming up on February. What does that say? 21st? Is it on the 21st? I think it's on the 21st. You're going to want to be a part of this. It's going to be fantastic. Here's what you need to do. You need to go to savingdinner.com/strong. And that's where you can pick up your guide, watch the webinar. And we also have kits. We have a Be Strong, Get Strong kit. I love this kit. You should be really making purchases with your kit. You get a jumbo discount on them. And, we're Johnny on the spot. We will get it out. Look at that. Did you see what Trisha said? Her husband was at the store when we sent the Super Bowl menu. Perfect timing. Then you could just plop it right over into him and give him the goods, right? Q&A's next Friday. Don't forget about it. Send your questions in early. What a concept. All you have to do is email them to support@savingdinner.com and in the subject line say question for Leanne on Friday. And there you go. You might have more than one question. I'm good with it. I've answered a ton before. And that will take care of everything that we've got going on because today, like I said, we are winding down with this whole subject of overthinking. It's so deadly. It's so deadly, isn't it? So one of the ways we tend to overthink, this is such an interesting way of looking at overthinking, because we think about our overthinking and just, you know how it is. You would think about the things that we overthink about, a wrong done to us, or this conversation that we had that didn't go quite right, or should I or shouldn't I, endless decision-making things. You know what overthinking looks like. I don't have to tell you. But one of the ways that we tend to overthink is chasing after happiness instead of going after purpose. Let that land. Let that land. As I was thinking about this morning, and it was in my meditation journaling time and everything, and I wrote a bunch of stuff out in my journal. And I will tell you that has been my old past life was like that. And I felt like I was on this hamster wheel of just trying and striving instead of enjoying my life by seeking my purpose. And what I found is that the happiness came from the purpose and not chasing after happiness. But the overthinking part of is he happy? Is she happy? Are the kids happy? Is my husband happy? Is everybody happy? Happy, happy, happy. Like we're some kind of orchestrator of other people's happiness. Like we're getting up. Everybody now, be happy. This section, be happy. You in the middle, be happy. You over here, happy. Now I'll pipe in, be happy. Isn't it exhausting? And we have to have all this stuff that comes in to our heads to think about, now, how can we do this? How do we make this happy? And why are they unhappy? And shouldn't they be happy? Why am I not happy? Everybody needs to be happy, 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 happy. And, we come into the place of questioning everything that we're doing. If we're unhappy, we're unhappy. Am I doing a good job? Should I change something to make sure everybody else is on this cotton picking planet is happy? It's crazy. And I just want to say to you, you are not the chosen one to be the director of happiness for the planet. You're not. You're not here to people please. You're not here to create and make sure that everyone is happy, and not even for yourself. Isn't that freeing? Isn't that so freeing? Because I'm going to give you some juicy tidbits that are really going to make you go, whoa, they're cosmic 2x4s, by the way. Big time cosmic 2x4s. They're just going to plunk you over the head. And you just might say, just given all of this happiness garbage, that we might overthink that a little bit. You think? I think it's crazy. So we need to go instead. We need to shift and start thinking about what brings meaning into my life. Because what brings meaning into your life is creating purpose, by the way, because purpose and meaning are very much attached to one another. So the research is extraordinarily clear. I did a little deep dive on this. Wait till you hear these stats. There's power in your focus, of course. And so if your focus is on the wrong focus, well, we know what that means, and you're going to get that because those are commands coming from your brain when your focus is completely off kilter. So meaning creates while happiness is fickle and very dependent on what the heck is going on. When you're looking and searching for meaning and depth of character and depth of purpose in your life, and you take your eyeballs off this happiness rabbit that's just bonking around on your, in your head, you find yourself in this place of not stopping to depend on your circumstances, your happenstance, as it were. And you find yourself not being so fickle and not being so, and because happiness is fickle, happiness is temporary. A circumstance changes and then everything else goes to pot, doesn't it? But it's just like the weather in North Carolina. I will tell you this, and they say it all the time, and I know everybody else says this in all of their states except maybe California. And that is, it's sunny one day, and in the 60s, the next day you get freezing rain, and the next day they're calling for snow. It's just crazy, isn't it? It's just all over the place. That's what happiness is. It's all over the map. And chasing it is really like trying to chase a wild rabbit in the wild. A wild rabbit in the wild? Well, where else would a wild rabbit be, right? Gosh. So back to the research, though. This is interesting. Purpose in life is tied to, get this, a 22% reduction in strokes, a 2.5 times less likelihood to end up with dementia. And those are just two of those things. They also found that people who are after their purpose, guess what? They're happier. And people who chase after happiness happen to be, guess, go for it, unhappy. Isn't that crazy? So when happiness is your total focus, you become happy. And according to the researcher at UC Berkeley, you're overthinking happiness. Isn't that funny? We do. Because happiness happens. Get it? It happens. It's based on circumstances and happenstance. It is not based on what's inside. There's joy brewing. I feel we can find joy and connect with purpose and meaning and joy. Can't we? I believe we can. So contextually, meaning and purpose takes you outside of yourself and helps you to focus on others. And when I say this, I'm not saying this in the way so that you're going to be the sacrificial lamb and over volunteer yourself for everything, and then everybody comes first and you are very last on the list. I'm not saying that at all. It's about relationship. That's the key word. It's about relationship. When you're chasing happiness and you put it in a person, good luck with that. Anybody ever try that? How did it work out for you? Doesn't. People are fallible. People are, and some people are, can be horrible, and some people can be really great. But this is the thing that you need to know about, that if we're going to go after purpose and meaning in life, we're going to be able to find that in our relationship with others. We will. There's something a little different about, well, I'm going to share it as we go. I've got more for you here. This is the thing, though. This is the thing that stuck out for me, is like purpose and meaning are other-centric, while happiness, it's all about how you feel. So it's you-centric. Are you connecting with all of this? Is this hitting you like it hit me? Maybe I'm just needing more coffee or something from this morning. But I found that to be like really mind-blowing. And I also know that it's kind of can be kind of a sticky wicket for those of us who have a tendency to people please. Let's not people please. That's not about what this is. It's about instead choosing your focus. And that focus on purpose, man, is that going to make everything so much better. It feels a higher cause, a higher calling. It feels different than constantly chasing after this happiness. So I just think that's awesome. So instead of overthinking on happiness and all that entails, Harvard researcher, get this guy, Dan Gilbert, he recommends to people, and he's the happiness researcher for Harvard. I just think that's okay. That's what you do for a living. Why not? So here's what he says. He recommends that you cut off all options and just commit and make a decision to something that's purposeful. So when he's with some friends, this is going to crack you up. So he's sitting around with friends and they're discussing all of his, other researchers or whatever, and they're discussing all this, all of this idea and everything. And he says, one of his friends looks over and he goes, "That's probably why married people are more happy." And he thinks about it. And don't you know what he did? He went home and he proposed to his girlfriend, who he had been with for 10 years. And guess what he found? And he wrote this in his paper. He was happier because he was committed to that decision and he had a higher purpose. I mean, that's what a marriage is. It's a partnership and it's a higher purpose. And this is not to put anyone down for, the way that they choose their relationship. I mean, Mark and I was committed to him, and regardless, but being married's different. It's different. There's just this little extra there, and there is a common purpose and more meaning and a deeper commitment. That's for sure. So I just thought that was just so fabulous. So this is why goal setting can be a bust for some people, by the way. Goal setting can be a bust because it's the pursuit of the goal that's going to make them happy, not the journey of getting there and the process of becoming. And those who do get this secret sauce and understanding of setting a goal and going after it and really understand the process of it and capture what it's going to do for them before they even get to that goal, those are happier people. They're happier. So they find meaning in the pursuit is why. And while other people only find happiness at the end of the road of getting that result. And then that puts them on a hamster wheel. Back and forth. Oh, well, when I get to the next goal, then I'll be happy. And then the next one, then I'll be happy. Do you see how this it's just crazy and convoluted, but that there's a little twist that just changes our whole perspective of how we put our focus on things and how we pursue something. So guess which thought process when you're pursuing goals is less exhausting? I don't have to tell you, you already know. So how do you get there? All right, I've got 3 juicy things, and they're juicy, and they're absolute needle movers, and they're absolutely, you can take these to the bank. You ready? All right, here we go. June says she's loving this. Good. I'm so glad because I just loved it. When I do my research and things and something starts to click in and my eyes start to water and I feel like I want to cry, I know that I've hit something deep within myself and all I can do is I have to share it, because it was a little bit off of what I was actually going to do originally this morning. But when I read this, it was just like, no. If I need to hear this that badly, everybody does. So here we are. Okay. So here it is. So here's how you go to finding meaning instead of chasing happiness. Okay. Here you go. Number 1 is reframe the whole darn thing. Remember I was telling you about all this research and everything they did? Here's a research that they did in the University of Toronto. And they talked to janitors who worked there, asking them about how much they enjoyed their job or if they had meaning in their job. And here's what they found. The guys who just said, this is just a job, I'm making X amount of dollars a week or an hour or whatever, and I'm just a cleaner at the hospital, had pretty much flatlined on their job. They just, it was a job. Whereas when the other janitors, and they asked about how much they enjoyed their jobs, the guys who enjoyed and liked their job and found meaning in it was when they were a part of a team for helping sick people get well. You see the difference in that? What a colossal reframe on something that, people that are invisible, that we don't see normally, that we don't, interact with. Well, I do because that's just me. I want to meet everybody. But you know what I'm saying. Isn't that incredible? All it is a reframe. Look at it differently. Look at it with purpose and look for the meaning. You're going to find it. That's your reticular activating system at work. For these janitors too. They made a decision about their lives that was completely different. They didn't get hired to be part of a team that helps sick people get well. They were hired to clean up pretty gross stuff in a hospital. That's in mop floors and all of that, clean toilets. But they got a step further when they had this reframe. I thought that was brilliant. 2, these ones, if you're taking notes right now, I want you to right now get a pencil, get a paper, write this stuff down. This is gold, okay? It's habit words and knee-jerk answers that we do in our heads and that we say out loud, okay? They've got to go. And again, psychologists, the research is out on all of this stuff, okay? So get it. Saying I get to instead of I have to. Now, I have done this. Can I tell you how many women I've coached over the years? I've been doing this for 28 years now. I've coached a few. And guess what? When you start saying, I get to sprint instead of, oh, I have to sprint, guess how this changes everything. Guess how you look at doing the sprint. You don't look at it as drudgery. You don't look at it as a diet. You don't look at it as something that, is just going to be a drag. You look at it instead as a privilege, because it is. You look at it instead as something that you get to do for yourself. Now I'm using the sprint, but you could use this for anything. I get to clean a toilet. And you know what? I'm so excited about cleaning this toilet because I used to live in a house where, there was, I get to clean my own toilet. Where I had to share toilets with my roommates, and now I have my own toilet. I mean, whatever. You can apply this to anything. You get to. Isn't that so much? Doesn't it make you smile when you say I get to instead of I have to? Doesn't it? I have to makes me sad. Oh, I have to. It makes me feel like somebody's got a gun to my head saying, come on, move it. It's just, there's such a dichotomy there. I love this one. And this next one, I don't instead of I can't. This one's going to blow you away, especially those of you who are trying to figure out this whole food situation thing. These little hairs are kind of hanging in there. Let's get them out. Who are trying to figure out this whole situation. Can I, should I, whatever. How do I eat? What's good for me? What is my custom plan? That kind of a thing. So how about this? If you're in a situation where, let's say you go to a wedding and there's cake out and somebody says, here's a piece of cake. Oh, I can't eat cake. How about you say, I don't eat cake? You see the difference? I don't eat cake is a decision, and there's no mental struggle or overthinking. Should I not? Should I go up there? Should I get it? Maybe a little piece, maybe 2 bites, maybe 3. Maybe what I'll do is split it with my husband. Maybe what I'll do is just wait. Maybe I'll just watch. Maybe I'll take the frosting off. Overthinking, analysis paralysis for days. Or I don't eat cake. Boom, done, dusted, we're over. It's over. When you make a decision for yourself like that, then you don't have to overthink anything. You don't have to feel poor, sad me. You don't have to get into that whole place of putting on your sad sack face and just saying, oh, it looks so delicious. I wish I could, but I just can't. I'm on this diet. I'm sprinting and, blah, 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 blah. That's your head, or you can be talking to somebody else who really doesn't care. I don't know. But think for a minute. Which one is better? Which one is more powerful? Which one puts you in the driver's seat instead of being dragged around by your nostrils by something you don't want to do? Isn't that awesome? Just 2 little words to change. I don't. And that's not so that you can say I'm, superior than you and all the rest of you is just like, I don't do cake, or I don't do this, or I don't do it. Just doesn't agree with me. Just, it's not for me. We're done. Time out. Oh, tell me about your holidays in Jamaica. And now we can talk about something else. Instead of having this overthinking, crazy town stuff going on in our heads. It's huge. And the third one is, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm late. I'm sorry this. I'm sorry I did this. I'm sorry I did that. Instead, use thank you. How about that? How about thank you? Thank you for waiting for me. Didn't mean to be late. There was a big traffic jam. Thank you for your input. Or, whatever it is. Instead of I'm sorry, which women, by the way, have a tendency to say all the time. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I bump into you? I'm sorry. Are you okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry dinner isn't, I'm sorry I didn't make the pork tenderloin and I made the chicken instead. How about thank you for hey, thanks for a great dinner. Say, I'm sure you're going to say that to me because I made this instead. We get to change our words so that they reflect truly the core of what it is that we believe and what it is that we want, and reflects meaning and purpose in our lives instead of just clobbering us and dragging us down. Like, I can't, I have to. Oh, I'm sorry. That is completely powerless, and it puts us in this place of being this witless woman who doesn't have a clue. And I'm going to just tell you, every single woman that's here isn't that woman. You aren't witless, and you do have a clue. It's time to start using your words to show the world. And the last one is align with your values. I know. Of course you want to align with your values. Of course you do. And that seems really basic, but sometimes we're really at odds with ourselves. We're having this discussion, right? Having this discussion over here, talking and talking and talking, but not walking and walking and walking. We're out of alignment, right? We're out of alignment. How would you feel coming over to my house if I'm telling you all about my little exercise room and everything like that, and you walked in and you saw laundry drying on my bike? How would you feel about that? Maybe a little bit out of alignment, you think? Or you come to my house and you open up my pantry and you see nothing but like Cheetos, potato chips, and Oreos. Little out of alignment? That's my whole thing, is that when you're doing something, your words have got to align with your actions and with what your life is. You need to speak the truth, because sometimes our stories change in order to adapt to the circumstances, don't they? But if we just stay the same and we stay aligned with our values, then it's all going to fall into place. Easy peasy. And there's no worrying about anybody seeing you or finding you out, because you're in complete 100% alignment. And can I just tell you how much less exhausting it is to live in alignment? It's hard otherwise. Make it really tough on ourselves. And we find ourselves in the place of overthinking everything and double, worrying about, am I making the right decision? There's a lot that goes along with that. And when we cut the fluff and just decide that we are living on purpose and for purpose, chasing after the meaning for our lives instead of happiness, then we're finding ourselves in this place of absolute peace and harmony with ourselves, with God, with the people around us, and we love our lives. Don't you want to love your life? Don't you want to look at it and just say, everything about it is just beautiful and wonderful and lovely? What a blessed woman I am. How blessed I am. I get to have this life, and I don't line up with stuff that doesn't give me a blessed life. I'm only available for that. How about that? What are you available for? What kind of blessings are you available for? Think about that today. It might surprise you. And get out your journal and get to writing. This was some deep stuff, but I'll tell you what, game changer, complete game changer. I hope that was helpful for you. I know I love this. This was all morning long. I was on this all morning long. I was out trying to make sense of all this, because I had a thought here and a thought there and just pulling it all together. So if it was helpful for you, thank you so much. And do share it, would you? And don't forget, you can find us on TikTok. We've got a ton of content coming. And that's the only place you're going to get it is on TikTok. So don't forget about that. And don't forget about either Get Lean CLA, because it goes after Sunday. You won't get it on Monday, All righty. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for being here. Allison, hello. I'm glad to see you. Diane, you too. And you know what? Monday, Motivational Monday, we're going to kick it out of the park. I don't know what we're doing, but we're going to kick it out of the park. I plan on it. All right. Peace be with you. You're the best. Love you guys. Have a great Sunday.
Thanks for watching. Check back for new episodes. If you missed the live show, you can always watch the replay. You can find Saving Dinner on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Until next time, pinkies up.